slightly inward movement by Trumpelman, getting the inside part of the bat, Kushal Patel. Running down towards long leg. Good running between the wickets. They are very quick between the wickets, Kushal Patel and Asif Sheikh. A formidable opening player for Nepal for, let's say, around 14 to 16 months.
Very watchful from Bertel. There is a bit of carry, isn't there? Good signs. We might have a better pitch to bat on today. Presume as this innings progresses, it'll be a case of both these two, and then obviously the middle order, maybe the lower order if they're needed, assessing those conditions, trying to work out what a good score is. It can't really tell from the first three games because we've seen three sides all bowled out within 40 overs. Slashed away, and slashed away safely. He maybe didn't want to play that shot at first, but he ended up going with it. The first boundary of the day, 4 runs to Kushal Patel.
Yeah, I like the approach of Kushal Patel. He's respecting the good deliveries, just blocking them on the front foot. This time around it was wide, outside the off stump. Just check cut by Kushal Patel, almost carrying to the fence. One bounce over the fence. The first boundary of the innings. Took it 1 or 2 steps in front, defended it. 8 runs of the first over. Nepal 8 for no loss.
Yeah, what? Yeah, bueno.
It's going to be Jack Russell. A good wind swinging ball. Nicely defended by Asif Sheikh on the front foot. I like the approach of Kushal Patel. Will be very interesting to see how Asif Sheikh goes about the game. He's very calm and composed in the wicket.
I just think full of belief in his own ability as well, full of confidence. Here's the youngster, 18 years of age. What a story for him. Another one that Namibia have managed to find, you would think, as being a real asset going forward. It's good movement, doesn't he? Back in to the right-handers. Then we saw an occasional one holding its line, holding its shape, maybe not swinging away, but definitely a variety. I thought he bowled very, very nicely on debut. Took 2 for 11 from his 5 overs. Wasn't needed for a second spell because Erasmus mopped up the tail. Missed out with a niggle 2 days ago. And back in today. Lovely rhythmical run-up. Sheikh is going to get off the mark. Evades the dive of Jan Nicol-Eaton. 2 runs to get his account up and underway.
Yes, that was a forward defensive played in the gap. Lofty-Eaton was unable to stop the ball. 2 runs taken by Asif Sheikh. Opens his account. Both these batters look comfortable today at the crease. It's a new wicket for this series, a fresh one. Looks like it has carry. It looked very flat. Jack Russell, we are talking about his action, natural in swinger, but he bowls that ball just straightening after pitching. He doesn't change his action though. Just change his wrist position and the seam as well, facing towards slips. That's a very good talent to have.
Yeah, certainly these are halcyon days for cricket here in Nepal. The game continues to evolve. Nicely driven, good stop though by Freiling, who probably saves 4 runs there. That would have run away to the fence. Gets a high five from Kotze and Yannick Lofty-Eaton. Big day yesterday, wasn't it, for the A-team? Fantastic efforts from Sandeep Jura, Rashid Khan, and young Bashir Ahmed again continues to impress as Nepal A won their first ever match, just their second game ever. But they beat a full Canadian side. Impressive stuff up at the Mulpani.
Again, nicely bowled outside the off-stump ball, slightly swinging into the right-hander. Second gone, Nepal 10 for no loss.
Point, Jack.
Well, here they come. They've heard the news that Nepal are batting. Time to flood in through the gates. Just talking about that A-team performance yesterday, Paresh, really good effort against a very strong Canadian side. I know they're missing a few, but they got home by 2 wickets, really thanks to Rashid Khan and young Bashir Ahmed's efforts at the end with the bat.
Yes, for the first time, Nepal, they have introduced an A side in the history of Nepal cricket. This is the first time the A side has been picked, and it was a very good outing yesterday, beating the full Canadian side by 2 wickets. Bashir Ahmed scoring yet another back-to-back 50s. Overpitched, nicely played, full face of the bat. This is a wonderful shot, showing the manufacturer's name to the bowler.
Lovely punch, no more than that. You don't need any more than that with the timing that Asif Sheikh possesses. Sometimes he gets guilty of overhitting, doesn't he? Can expose a gap between the bat and pad. We've seen him bowl through there before. This time, right on the money. Just a punch. Because of the new ball. Because mid-off is quite wide. You're always going to get 4. Nabiyia. A little bit off the money to start with. A very different feel to their bowling effort thus far. They're looking for energy. What are pretty cold conditions to start with.
Yes, after the sun was beating, before the ball was bowled, now the sun is gone behind the clouds. It has been a chilly morning, gloomy one. Chances of rain as well in the afternoon, but let's hope the rain stays away. We can have a full game. This is a very important game for both the teams. They have won one and lost one. Nicely driven off the back foot, the ball running towards the boundary. What a timing by Asif Sheikh.
Oh, isn't that a lovely shot? It's again really just a punch. It's a back foot drive. Gets into lovely shapes. I think the thing that has impressed me the most over the course of these last 12 months has been the learnings with which this young side have taken every time they've faced some adversity. You think to Zimbabwe, you think about being really exposed to the short ball. The likes of Alzari Joseph, Blessing Muzarabani, Richard Ngarava. They just proved a little bit too quick and too fearsome for Nepal in those bouncier conditions. Now a clip off the legs. Runs are coming very quickly to start with. But rather than shy away from adversity, shy away from the challenges, in the case of the short ball, Monty Desai went to a press conference and said to the world's media, I would ask every team in the world to bowl us more short balls, because we'll get better at them then the more we get exposed to them. What a marvellous attitude, what a way to look at things, a positive way to look at things. The other day, Sheikh gave one away, just chipped it to Silly Midan. Bertel was out from the first ball, just signs again of those learnings. More cautious and already more effective today. Really good batting. Good start from Nepal, 21 for none. plenty coming in through the gates. I suspect we'll have, well, maybe not a completely full house because it is a Wednesday, but we might not be far from it. You would imagine 10, 12,000 expected. At the moment, maybe only 1,500 or so, but it is very early, those 9:30 a.m. starts, and a much more positive start. The word will just filter around the valley, won't it? The whispers. Nepal are batting, we've lost the toss. We need to go better. That's what the fans will be saying to each other. But for Namibia, they will want early wickets. Just being a little bit inaccurate to start with. Beautifully bowled. That's the one that Brassel gets to hold its line.
Yes, with the same action, he gets that ball to go hold its line and slightly move away from the right-hander. That is a very beautiful art to have in your repertoire. His action is a natural in-swinger that he brings the ball into the right-hander in the air and after pitching, but he gets one or two balls to hold its line to go away from the right-hander. This time around, hitting the deck a bit stopped to the batsman Kushal Patel.
That one there wasn't too dissimilar to the way in which Asif Sheikh got out that first day. There's a few of the fans deciding whether or not to part with their rupees to come in. Do get a decent vantage point from outside the ground. Very elegantly driven, but a good half stop. That cover was hit firmly at Coetzee, but he does enough to save three.
That was elegant as it's at its best. Kushal Patel leaning to the drive. It was hit straight to the cover fielder. He did good by getting the hand to it. A quick single taken by these two batsmen. They are very cautious and a positive start by Nepal. Swinging back in the air. I think height can be an issue there.
Yeah, good decision. Worth a shout, no doubt, but I think height is the big issue here, isn't it? And also, just look at the amount of movement. So this starts around probably a fifth, sixth stump line and then cuts sharply back in. Lovely wrist position, lovely seam position from the youngster. God, he's got good skills, doesn't he? You look at this, you'd never know it's his second international. A real talent. And then that's the one that holds its line. Excellent bowling from Brassel. He's out bowling his more experienced opening partner, Trumpelman, at the moment.
Yes, a very good quality to have in a mid-pacer. And fell on knees, know how to get out there. Out there. That's a talking about young Jack Brassel. Very good in pace. Cut away. Straight to feet. Lofton. Only a single of this over. 4 gone. Nepal 22 for no loss. Watchful and positive start by the Nepali batters, the openers Kushal Patel and Asif Sheikh. Trumpelman with his third over. He's been expensive in 2-19 given away.
Not the right line, particularly with fine leg in the circle. Trumpelman's been a little bit erratic this morning. Doesn't look best pleased with himself, neither does his captain. Erasmus has a very puzzled look on his face at mid-off, and Bertel off to another one of these flying starts.
It was nicely clipped away off his pads, the ball onto the legs. When your fielder is inside the circle at fine leg, it is a very wrong line to bowl into the pads of Patel. He doesn't miss those. Coming round the wicket now, Trumpelman. Chipped away into the vacant area. Very good placement. It was in the air, but rolling towards the boundary.
Well, right now, Trumpelman doesn't have the answers, does he? Again, it was a little chancy. There's just a slight weak zone for Bertel here, playing away in front of his body. That was at a catchable height. If the mid-wicket was straighter, that could have been the first wicket. Instead, such is the quality of his timing, his natural ball striking, he gets 4. Namibia look flat in the field, don't they? Don't look like they've got good energy today. Still into the pad, big appeal. Buddy Pradhan is unmoved. Trumpelman can't believe it. There was 2 noises there. Was it front pad, back pad, or was there pad involved? My initial thought was it was pad. There was height to consider, there was the angle back in.
Yeah, given as runs by the umpire Buddy Pradhan, a big inside edge, I think. Yes, it was. Good decision again by the umpire Buddy Pradhan.
Given his runs, which is a key indicator, isn't it? That I think you might be right, Paresh, bat involved. There's definitely 2 noises. We heard that clearly through our earpieces here. But Trumpelman was convinced if there was no bat involved, well, probably.
The ball drifting at...
Wasn't an inside edge. It was really only one option for the umpire. Trumpelman was convinced. For the moment, Bertel survives. Lofty Eaton tries to pump a bit of energy into the team, and Bertel says, "I'm already in, Jan Nickel, don't worry."
Yeah, after getting hit for 2 boundaries in the first 2 balls, Trumpelman, he's bending his bat, changed his angle, coming round the wicket, bowling into the body of the right-handers. A good comeback balls by him, 1 dot after getting hit for 2 boundaries in the first 2 balls. This is a good challenge between these 2. Again, bending his back, good effort shown, quick run, completed. 10 runs of this Trumpelman over, 5 gone, Nepal 32 for no loss. Kushal Bhuttel 17 of 13, whereas Asif Sheikh 13 of 17. Brassel to continue. A good start to the over. Back of the length, the ball moving into the right-hander.
Yeah, certainly the more impressive of the 2 with the new ball was without doubt being the youngster. Much less experience, but well, he's full of promise, this young Jack Brassel, isn't he? Really taken by him. Glorious, absolutely glorious from Asif Sheikh. A punch off the back foot. When you talk about the Rolls Royce of the batting lineup here for Nepal, it's that man, Asif Sheikh. Stylish and elegant.
Yeah, he's coming back of an unbeaten 50 against Netherlands. That was class. On the back foot, just timing the ball into the vacant area. Beautifully done by Asif Sheikh. That is one of the copyright shots of Asif Sheikh. The elegance that he shows while batting.
Just see how much work Sheikh has done on his technique, the number of balls he hits with his brother Arif. Works so hard in his game, and for me, from a technical viewpoint of all of the Nepal batters in this current squad, Sheikh is at his best. I don't think there's any better technically. Lovely, lovely stroke, sublime through the offside that was. No more than a punch again, really. And now a flick around the corner. It's a much shorter boundary that side today because we've come across a couple of pitches. That's going to be something to consider. Good placement. The man out at deep square is behind square, just a single.
It's a very good field placement by the captain, Erasmus. There's a short fine in place, Trumpelman, and the square leg fielder is behind square in the boundary line. The two boundary riders in the first power play, a third man, and a deep backward square leg. Slips has been taken off.
They're going to get the single because of the fumble. Field just looks a little bit hard, doesn't it? There's been a lack of rain in recent times in the valley, so it's very difficult for the a lot of quite the edge bobble. It's green lush as it was time last year. Conditions not just for the batters, but also for the fielders. But for now, Nepal will be delighted with their start. They're 38 for none. Well, Erasmus is not happy, and he wants a change, and an immediate change to not just his most accurate bowler, but the most accurate bowler in the previous cycle of Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. No one was more economical than this man, the left-arm spinner, and he's doing it again, coming back into the new edition, an economy rate now of under 3, would you believe? Bertel and Sheikh approach him. I suspect that if Schultz was kept wicketless throughout this 10 overs allocation that he has, I suspect there's lots of other bowlers Nepal could cash in against. Will they be cautious enough against who's clearly the premier spinner for Namibia?
They will have to be cautious, but not overcautious. They should play against Bernard Scholes very positively. We know that Scholes, he doesn't give away any loose deliveries.
Got him, a beauty and a roar of delight from Schultz. I think there's no doubt about that one. Pitched on line, straightened, he got Bertel squared up in that slightly weak zone we've talked about. And for me on first view, it's going to go on and hit middle.
Yes, that was a very simple decision for the umpire. Pitched on middle stump, straightened away. Beautifully done. That was plumb in front. Bertel has to depart. He could have played on the front foot, but went to the back foot, squared him up. Scholes, the first blood drawn by Bernard Scholes. Kushal Bertel has to depart for 18. Nepal 38 for 1. Anil Shah is the new batter in for Nepal at number 3. Freshly coming down from an unbeaten 50 against Netherlands. Both these batters are in good form. Anil Shah, a fastest Nepali to score the fastest 50 for Nepal in 20 balls, and then a maiden ODI 100 against Canada, and second 50 against Netherlands in his ODI career. the other day.
Beats the outside edge. Immediate signs that spin is going to be critical again today. This is another look at the dismissal. Well, it's pitched in line with middle and leg. It's going to go on and hit the middle of middle stump. Decisions don't come much easier than that. Chipped in the air and gone. It's 2 and 3 balls. Anil Sa, oh, very tame, just softly chips it up to Erasmus. And Schultz has turned the game on its head just like that. Brilliant bowling.
After getting a good start, 38 for no loss, now they've lost 2 wickets in no time. This time around, Anil Shah just poking that ball towards Erasmus. It was a simple catch, a soft dismissal. A very ecstatic Erasmus. Nepal, 38 for 2.
सर आज पूजा कर रहे हैं
कब आ रहा है
यही घर का आ रहे हैं
Well, the fans
बाजू वाला ये घर का
are flooding in quickly. They'll be disappointed with what they've just witnessed. 2 wickets and 3 balls of beauty from Schultz, and then a very tame dismissal for Anil Sa. Neither a defensive shot nor an aggressive one, just the limpest of chips up to cover. Will bring Dev Canal to the crease. Schultz challenges now, this time the inside edge. What a bowler he is. He's as good a left arm spinner as there is in this league, and this, well, it was very soft.
Yes, it was neither a stop, just a push. Very well bowled again. A double wicket maiden for Parnas Coach. Namibia right back on the game. 7 overs gone. Nepal 38 for 2.
Ja, en Neriman, hij is goed.